Hi, good morning, Manada. Today we can discuss about evolutionary force. Here, what is evolutionary force means? Basically, Hardy-Weinberg principle, they can maintain genetical equilibrium in a population. Genetical equilibrium in a population. Now, this genetical equilibrium changes takes place due to the evolutionary force. Here, what is meant by evolutionary force means the force that brings the changes in gene pool of a population. Gene pool of a population. In a population, they having a genetical frequency is there. That genetical frequency is changes due to the presence of a forces. That forces is called as a evolutionary forces. What are the evolutionary forces means? One is the natural selection. Second one is the gene flow. Third one is the genetic drift. And fourth one is the genetic load. Here we already discussed about the genetical drift and genetical loads. Gene flow indicates the gene migration. Now today we can discuss about the natural selection. It is a very important concept. Now first we can go for the natural selection. Now the first one is the natural selection. In natural selections, three types is present. One is the stabilizing selection. The second one is the directional selection. Third one is the disruptive selection. First one is what? Stabilizing selection. The second one is the directional selection. And third one is the disruptive selection. First one, stabilizing selection. See, stabilizing selection is also called as a centripetal selection. Centripetal selection. Now, the first point, where we can see the stabilizing selection. Stabilizing selection can be seen in constant environment or stable environmental condition. Stable environmental condition, we can see what type of selection? Stabilizing or centripetal selection. This is the first point. And the second point, in stabilizing or centripetal selection, average phenotype population is survive or preserved and extreme condition phenotypes eliminated from the environment. What is it? Average phenotype population is survive or preserved and extreme condition phenotypes is eliminated from the environment. Now, what is average phenotypes? What is the extreme condition in the phenotypical environment means? Now, the stabilizing or centripetal selection. What I said? Average phenotypes will be preserved and survive. See here, in England, you can take a pyramid structure. This both are two extreme condition. Both are two extreme condition. Now in this graph, these are two extreme conditions. This is normal condition. It means, see, in England they can take as a baby weight. In this extreme condition, the baby weight is the below 8 lb. Below 8 lb. Here lb indicates pounds. 8 lb indicates approximately 3.5 kgs. And in this extreme condition, above 8 lb, this is the average one. In this condition, the baby weight is the 8 lb. Now among these three weight condition, which baby they can be survived, which having a average weight. Now this is the average weight, that is 8 lb indicates the 3.5 kg. That's why 3.5 kgs baby will be survived, and it can produce a more number of offsprings, and the mean value is increases. If you observe here and if you observe here, below 8 lb, above 8 lb, that babies they not able to survive, that is the eliminated from the environment. In center, that is what? Average one. That's why that will be called as a centripetal selection. That's why in the center part they having a average phenotypes will be more. Here this phenotype is eliminated from the environment. Now that type of selection is called as a stabilizing or centripetal selection. And very important one, in stabilizing selection there is no changes in the evolution and there is no formation of speciation. Here the speciation means formation of a new type of species. That's why in stabilizing selection can be seen in the stable environmental condition. Here in the center part only the population will be increases, extreme condition will be eliminated, and the third point, there is no changes in the evolution. That's why there is no formation of a new speciation. That is the regarding to the stabilizing selection or centripetal selection. Now directional selection. Where the directional selection can be seen means when the stable environment gradual changes takes place. Gradual changes. If you observe stabilizing selection, stable environment, but here the stable environment is gradually changes. And here one thing, directional selection means now this peak is shifted to one side to the another side. This peak is shifted to one side to the another side means, suppose I can take an example, giraffe neck. Giraffe neck. First giraffe neck is short. Gradually increases and reach the average long length. Average long neck. Now short neck organisms is present now? No. That's why here this one side the organisms is eliminated. One side the organisms is eliminated. Here the organisms, here it will be indicate the short neck organism now present, not there. That is the eliminated. Now this peak value is shifted to one side to the another side. One side to the another side means short neck to the long neck. Now these organisms will be survive and it can produce the offsprings. Now can I say for which organism having a average mean value? Long neck having a average mean value. This is the long neck having a average mean value. I already said stabilizing selection means what it will be there. Average weight of the babies will be survived. Here average long neck organisms will be survived. Now can I say this directional selection is coincide with the stabilizing selection. Why it is coincident with the stabilizing selection? Stabilizing selection indicates here the surveying of the average value. Here also survey of the average long neck value. Short neck organisms will be eliminated. Here in directional selection, new speciation formation is takes place. First there, what one? Stable environment. Here the stable environment is gradually changes. There is no formation of the speciation. Here they can form a formation of the speciation. And another example, that is a DDT, dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. It means spray the DDT to the mosquitoes. Now mosquitoes resistance power will be increases. First, you can spray the DDT. What will happen? Mosquitoes will die. Gradually, the mosquitoes' resistance power will be increases by the DDT. That's why when the gradually resistance force will be increases, which having a more resistance power to the mosquito, that organisms will be survive and it will be producing a offsprings. Remaining organisms will be eliminated from the environment. Now that type of selections is called as a directional selections. The next one, disruptive selection are also called as a centrifugal selection. See, where the disruptive or centrifugal selection is seen means homozygous environment shifted to the heterozygous environment. This condition is possible and is a rare form of selection. Here, this is one extreme condition. This is one extreme condition. Say, in this extreme condition, organisms will be survive and it can produce more offsprings. In normal condition, the organism is not able to survive. That's why the mean value will be less. It means, for suppose, ipudu, you know very familiar, an apple tree can be survive in the very low temperature condition. That's why if you go for the Himalaya regions, the apple trees are more. Now I can take an apple tree, I can keep very hot temperature area or very normal temperature area. Now this tree can be survive here and here. They are not able to survive. It can be survive in this extreme condition only. And if you go for the dry fruits, mostly it will be survive in the very hot temperature. They are not able to survive in the very cold temperature. That's why certain organisms, either it will be survive in this extreme condition and it will be survive in this extreme condition. They are not able to survive in the normal condition. That's why here they can form a subpopulations. They can form a subpopulation means, suppose Darwin finches is there. I already said in Galapagos Islands, a small black color birds they named as a Darwin finches. Basically that is what? Original seed eating ones. They are having a blunted beak. Now in the same island, these birds enter into the different geographical area. And based upon area, they can change the shape of the beak. That's why the same species can be converted into the different type of species. That is called as a adaptive radiation. That's why, see, here they can form what? Subpopulation. Here the subpopulation indicates the same species due to the geographical region, it can change their morphologically. Now, here what will happen? They can form a new speciation. That's why three conditions are. In stabilizing population, homogeneous environment, that is the stable environment, there is no new speciation. And directional selections, homozygous is changes gradually, at the time also new speciation is takes place. And then disruptive, compulsory it can be seen in the heterozygous environment, and it is the rare selection, and the new speciation is takes place, and they can form a subpopulation. That is the regarding to the disruptive or centrifugal selection. Remaining topics we will discuss tomorrow.